Hello and welcome to Six Figure Souls Doing Good and Making Money, the weekly podcast highlighting those that have crushed the six-figure ceiling while staying truly aligned with their soul's purpose. This is a very special season 5 where we are interviewing the co-authors of the book, The Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Soul-Aligned Business, 25 Practical Strategies from the Expert. I am your host, Camille Miller. I am the pioneer for the soul professional movement and the lead author of this book. Today we have with us Michelle Clifton. She authored one of our chapters, 21, Passion Pays. It's all on your business card. Welcome, Michelle. Thanks for coming to the program today.
Hi, Camille. Great to see you.
Great to see you as well. You had such an amazing chapter. It was really good. I think we should start with Michelle is a sound healer. And you play the
Tibetan singing bowls, which are also Himalayan singing bowls, but so many people know them as the Tibetan singing bowl. And I have one here to show you.
Go ahead, let's see it.
This bowl is the first bowl I ever bought. I now have over 30, and you can see a few in the background. And I talk about this bowl in the chapter because
sure do.
When I first was learning to play, I got so excited. It was like I couldn't believe the feeling that I had when I placed this bowl on my chest and played it, and how relaxed I got. And in the past, if I ever tried to meditate, I would think this is a waste of time. My mind would just keep going. And once I learned to play Tibetan singing bowls and I placed this on my own chest, in 10 seconds, it was like instant bliss. I would just go into a deep meditation, and it was so illuminating. So what I did is, and I want you to hear it.
Yep.
Isn't that beautiful?
Sure is.
So in my chapter, I don't want to give too much away, but I tell about how I walked down the street of Cold Spring, New York, and I went up to every person on the street and I said, "Can I play my bowl for you?" And the first person I came across was the mailman, and he nodded his head yes, that I could play for him. So I hit the bowl, and then I placed it at each ear, and he closed his eyes, and he just had a grin across his face, and it was like he loved it. And then I walked down the street, and each person was so excited, to hear it and to have the feeling of how relaxing it was. So it was, that was the beginning, and it's been, I think it's over 10 years, because I first studied energy healing in 1987.
Okay.
And then things, it leads you to one thing, and then you learn about something else, and then this is just to die for. That's all I can say. I thought I died and went to heaven when it happened. So it's really
your chapter in our book is so inspiring as you tell this story of how you decided that this was the path that you were going on, and that we should mention that your background, you were in film, you were an artist, so many other amazing things, and now this amazing sound healer. How was it for you? I know that you're a first-time author. So how was it for you putting together this chapter and telling your story for the first time?
Well, I always wanted to express how this makes me feel, and so that other people learn about it, because it is so healing. When you go into a deep meditation, that's when your body heals, when you're in delta theta brainwaves, and this does that. And I mean, I was so excited when you said you're writing this book and that you would love me to do a chapter in it. And I thought, well, this is my big opportunity to share, my story of how I came to be doing this. And then also how I started getting clients with, what I did with my business card. And and initially I was a little nervous. And then one day I just said, you got to sit down and you got to write. So I just sat down and it was like it just poured out of me. I mean, I just ended up sitting for an hour or two, and it's just like, just writing everything down. And then, later going back and, this could be taken out or whatever. But
yeah,
it's been such a wonderful experience. And the book, I mean, everybody's chapters are so personal, and they're so inclusive in how they're telling, each one of us telling really from the heart, and it's just such an easy read. Sometimes you get books and that you're having to, and maybe in the middle of the book you get a little bored or something. You don't get bored for a minute because everything that's being told is from personal experience and of what people have gone through to come to the place where they're doing really their soul's work.
Yeah, beautiful and so true. I felt that way when I was reading it. And I knew each of you, but I didn't know all of your stories. I didn't know what each of you were going to write and share. I just found it so beautiful. Like I knew you all so much deeper and so much better. Even the people that I've met, had dinner with, but this was like a whole different layer of who they are. It was beautifully done. And I think anyone who reads this can take something from a story. So many different types of stories are in there that they will resonate with some stories.
Yeah, and so much good information that helps you with your business, from organizing to different kinds of businesses, and it's just a whole array. And I hope people who are listening to this are going to buy the book, because it's and you can get it either as a Kindle or you can get it as a paperback. So and my sister, who was the first person I had reading my chapter where, you're very insecure, you don't know if it sounds okay. She said, this is great. I think you nailed it. So hopefully, I hope whoever's going to read it is going to love it as much as I did writing it and telling my story.
Yeah, well, I loved it. I will tell you that. I found it incredibly inspiring. I loved it. I love that you're a part of the book. I think everyone should run out and get it. So I just want to remind everyone that this book, I'm going to hold it up for those that are on video, The Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Soul-Aligned Business, 25 Practical Strategies from the Experts. It is on Amazon right now. It is a bestseller on Amazon right now and ranked #1 in starting a business. So very excited about that. As Michelle said, it's an ebook or it's a paperback. I do recommend the paperback because it's really a workbook and a resource guide and something you're going to want to keep coming back to and put notes in. I have a copy that I'm marking up just for notes, just for my own business. And then I'll have a pretty copy for camera. But but I'm writing all over one copy because it's so good. And there's so many strategies in there. I just love it. So I want to thank you, Michelle, for being a part of this program and sharing your chapter and your story. And I want to urge everyone to go out and read it because it was really fabulous. And I'd love that you shared your story with us.
Thank you so much, Camille. And I look forward to the next time we get to chat.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to thank all of our listeners today for being a part of this. For more information about the Soul Professional Movement, you can go to soulprofessional.com. This podcast is sponsored by the Natural Life Business Partnership, a global professional organization and business incubator for the soul-aligned entrepreneur. If you live in a higher vibration, have an alternative approach to business, and want to help repair the world, come to a meet and greet and learn more about our organization. You can go to soulprofessional.com to find the next meeting that suits your time zone and schedule. Thanks, everyone.
Also,
go ahead.
I also want to say, if anyone is interested in sound healing, they can go to my website, sonicbowls.com, sonicbowls.com.
Yeah.
Thank you. And please, they need to come to the Natural Life Business Partnership and join us.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michelle. All of Michelle's information will be in the show notes, so you can contact her separately. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Mwah. Bye, Camille.